CBS Mornings. I'm Gayle King. Coming up in this hour, Ukraine calls for a digital blockade. We'll talk to an official inside Ukraine about getting big tech companies to stop doing business in Russia.
I'm Tony Dokoupil. Birds, they meant salvation for one man who had been living a life of crime. He shows our Ben Tracy how falcons helped him take flight.
I'm Nate Burleson. This morning in our series Kindness 101 with Steve Hartman, a little boy schools us all about empathy.
And Nate is back. But first, here's today's eye-opener at 8 o'clock. Ukraine defiantly rejects a Russian offer to surrender the city of Mariupol as another shelter housing hundreds of civilians is bombed.
The Kremlin is saying more progress needs to be made first in this war, which is now being called a bloody stalemate.
President Biden travels to Brussels this week to meet with America's NATO allies while Ukraine continues peace talks with Russia.
Negotiate does not mean to surrender.
Confirmation hearings start today for Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
The committee will ask her all the tough questions.
Quite a weekend in college basketball. Defending champion Baylor is out of March Madness. 15 seed St. Peter's reaches to the Sweet 16, and top seed Arizona barely survives in overtime.
Wheels up to San Antonio, the #1 seed.
If Auburn wins, first of all, I'm a gritty. And then I might consider taking my shirt off.
And #2 seed Auburn is upset by the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, my goodness!
Here's what Miami head coach Jim Larinaga said after the game.
I listened to Charles Barkley tell the CBS crew that if Auburn won, he would take off his shirt. And I thought to myself, man, no one wants to see that, Chuck. So we did everything possible to make it possible that he wouldn't have to do that.
I think Miami did us all a service.
Yeah.
Charles, I love you, but nobody wants to see you with your shirt off.
I don't know that was a promise, more of a threat.
More of a threat.
I don't know. Charles Barkley's a lot of fun.
Oh, we love Charles.
He is a lot
Charles
of
is
fun,
the
yeah.
man.
Yes, he is.
Take it off anyway, Charles.
Yeah.
That's right.
But in your words, if you take your shirt off, it'll be terrible. Terrible.
We're going to begin this hour, though, the way we've been beginning the show for the last 2 weeks, really. The increasing brutality of Russia's war on Ukraine, of course, it continues. Several people were killed overnight when a shopping mall was bombed in the capital city of Kyiv. You can see the extent of the devastation there. And along the southern coast in Mariupol, an art school that was sheltering hundreds of civilians was bombed. Now, Russia offered to let residents escape the fighting in Mariupol if Ukraine would let it take over the city. Ukraine's government refused that offer. President Biden meets with NATO allies in Belgium later this week, and then he's heading to Poland.
And this morning we have an inside look at how digital warriors inside Ukraine